Every day we use money, but we really don't understand the true value behind the coins that we have in our pockets. Well, today we have a great story looking back on the history of Thailand through the coins that we've used. Some of these coins date back over 1,000 years, and one, well, he's not an expat anymore. He's actually a Thai, Kun Ranachai Krisada Olan. He's been collecting coins for years and has quite a collection. He's also the co-author of Siamese Coins from Funan to the Fifth Reign, a great book with a lot of coins. We'll get a sneak peek in just a moment. Here to take us back in history through Siamese coins.
Siamese coins from the very beginning, about the year 300.
About 300. I'd like to introduce Kun Ranachai Krisada Olan, who is a MD of Bangkok International Associates, and also the co-author of Siamese Coins from the Funan to the Fifth Reign. Now, Fifth Reign, you mean the Fifth Reign of the Thai kings?
Of the present dynasty, yes, up to Chulalongkorn's reign.
Now, Funan, how far back are we talking?
Funan goes back to around the year 300. At least the coins go back to that year. So it's about 1,700 years ago.
That's a very long time. That's a very long time for a coin to survive until today.
Yes, but they do. They survive in better condition than the coins are in your pocket. The reason is many of them were put into jars and buried. In those days, they didn't have banks and they didn't have safety deposit boxes. So when you had a hoard of coins, what did you do? You buried them, either just for safekeeping or there are invading armies, so you buried them. And what happens when you bury them? You forget them. So many of them nowadays are being dug up. When you make roads, when farmers dig up fields, when you build shopping centers, especially up country, you find jars. And the jars, if they are well sealed, have pristine coins, as nice and as shiny and as good as when they were made.
That's amazing.
Right.
Well, I gotta ask, what's the fascination with collecting coins, especially from Thailand's past?
Okay, 2 points. One, I'm a collector, so I like to collect coins. Second, collecting coins from Thailand was a way for me to study Thai history. All the different civilizations, Funan, Tawaradi, Angkor, Lawapura, Ayutthaya, Sukhothai, all these are just names. But if you could actually hold the coins and you could see, oh, this one comes from that era, then you easily remember them. The second thing is Thailand is unique in the history of coinage. No place on earth, and I mean no place on earth, has such a diversity of coins. When you look at the coins, we started off with flat silver coins, which look very much like modern coins. Then we had ingots, pig mouth money, toknan, long ingots from Lanchang. Then we had bullet money, all these handmade. And then eventually, when commerce went too big and production was too slow, we finally, in the year about 1860, started to produce machine-made flat coins.
Well, you know, when we were talking before the interview, you had mentioned, had shown some very interesting pieces where the international trade really had some influence on. I was seeing some coins you mentioned about how, since you had Britain, you had all these other Western countries trading with Thailand, that there was really an influence on how coins evolved into their, might say, present-day form.
Yes. Well, one thing, during Rama IV's reign, of course, most of the coins used, actually all the coins used, were bullet coins, or we say in Thai, pot duong. But production was very slow. Only about 2,400 could be made a day, and they needed 100,000 a day with commerce. So what could they do? First, a lot of the silver used to make Thai coins came from what country? Obviously, Mexico. Why Mexico? They had the silver. The silver came throughout the Orient. It went to China. It went to all over the world. And when merchants came to Thailand, they didn't have baht. They had silver coins. And the silver coins they had were Mexican. Some Peru, some Bolivia, but for the most part, Mexican. So the present dynasty, the early years, were melting Mexican coins and making bullet coins. But it was very expensive. According to Rama IV, you lost 4% of the silver. Second, you had to use charcoal to melt it. you would have purified the silver, because Thai bullet coins are better silver than Mexican. Mexican is only 90% silver, but Thai bullet coins are about 97%.
Wow.
So we had to purify it. It was a big process. Then they had to make the coins. Each coin had to be weighed out individually. Each coin took a team of many people to put marks in them, hammer them together. Production was very slow. So the idea was, okay, everybody's using Mexican. Even the British were using Mexican. And when the British had a coin shortage, they took Mexican and counterstamped it with their own king's mark. So Rama IV said, oh, we'll use Mexican. And he took Mexican coins and some Peru coins, and he stamped it with his own steel. The same steel he put on bullet coins, the Mongkut and Chak, and he put them on Mexican coins. And these were really the first flat, present dynasty circulating coins.
Well, let's go back a little further before those. And number one, when did you particularly start collecting coins?
Oh, I started when I was maybe 10 years old, but that was in the United States, and I was picking through my grandmother's pennies. But once you came to Thailand, that's all very boring. Nothing is more interesting than Thai coins.
Well, you did mention, you know, before flat coins, there was a wide variety. You mentioned a very diverse.
Extremely diverse. No country in the world has had such a diverse history. For one reason, Thailand, we're one kingdom now, but we had many previous kingdoms and civilizations here. So we had Lana, Lanchang, Tawa, Funan, Sivichai, and each had very distinctive coins.
Well, even speaking, I know a lot of people might see they might think, oh, what a nice necklace you're wearing. But in fact, this is a coin in itself.
Yes, and this is a Lana flower money, not flower money, leaf money, with leaf designs on them. Every one is different. Each one of them is hand cast, and they have lines on them. So some people call them line money, and the backs are concave. So these are quite rare.
To take a closer look at some of the coins which you've highlighted in your book
Yes.
here, one of them at the very beginning actually has its own interesting story behind it.
Yes, this is a Rama III Crucio, or Garuda in profile. It's a very special coin because all the books, all the history books on Thai coins prior to this one showed only 4 types of Crucio. The Crucio coins were made by Rama III for distribution at the cremation of his father Rama II. And there were 4 types known. Then a 5th coin came up at a local auction, Usari auction, and it was advertised 5 types. How could there be 5 types? So we looked very closely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at the auction, a friend of mine was bidding and I was bidding, and somehow I prevailed. And so this is one of my prize coins. It's unique. It's the only Crucio with this particular mark. The difference is the Crut has a foot upright. The others have Crut in different profiles, different positions.
Briefly talk about one more coin in my book, just because it's not circular. It's not.
No, this is one of the very earliest Sukhothai coins. Some call it a bracelet coin. It's a tamlung, which means it's 4 baht. And these extremely rare, except that recently, this one, a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, people were digging in Sukhothai province, and they found a total of 21 of them.
How long did it take you to write this book?
Actually writing 20 years. Collecting information 40 years. I started because I gave a lecture at the National Museum in 1992. So I had to write an article. And that article is in here, but much expanded. It went from maybe 3 or 4 pages to 257 pages. It just got built up and built up and built. But the forerunner of this book was a handout lecture at the National Museum in 1992.
Wow. Well, I can only imagine that, you know, as you continue to collect and expand your collection, that you can't just finish with this book. I'm sure there'll be more in the future.
Yes, the next one will be in Thai and English, and the history is all here, mostly. So there will be more pictures with more details of metal composition. Actually, for this book, and there's a CD in the back of the book with thousands of coins on it, and assays. Myself and my co-author, Vasilis, spent a couple of years assaying coins to see the metal content. Nobody has done that for Thai coins. This one here, which became the cover coin, is actually the size of about a 50 satang coin today. But myself and Arisa Chakrapong, the editor of this book, we decided to use this coin. This is much bigger than the real one. So a clay model was made, and then it was made in metal, stamped out, and inserted in the book. So no, I don't know of any book on coins that has a real metal replica coin on it. But this is one of my favorite because there's only about 5 of them known.
If people would like to buy this book, where can they get it?
They can contact River Books. Yeah, I would also say a unique part of this book is we had people going through annals and history books in Thai and in English and in Portuguese and in Dutch and finding references to old coins, and they're in here. We also took the Rama IV decrees on Thai coins and we translated them, and they're here in English. And we also, as my last point, when Rama V, Chulalongkorn, opened the bank account, which bank did he open it at? HSBC.
Really?
In Bangkok. And what denomination was the money of the account?
Baht?
Mexican dollar.
Mexican dollar. Wow. Wow. Well,
and his letter is quoted completely in this book.
What an interesting part of history. Well, we do recommend anyone who's watching the show, whether you're interested in coins, but even more so if you're interested in Thai history, absolutely a fantastic read.
Yeah, it's a different view of Thai history than you would otherwise see, and you could actually hold it in your hand.
Well, Kun Ranachai, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully everyone at home has learned a little bit more and maybe appreciates the coins that you have in your pocket today from yesterday. So we'll see you next time.
Central Food Hall was created to offer you a new kind of food shopping experience. Catering for a mixed audience of locals and foreigners, this gourmet food hall offers a stunning array of fine food and wine from around the world. Alongside these international food selections, the Central Food Hall also boasts an abundance of top-quality local produce delivered fresh every day. The idea was to capture the best of Asian food markets and present them as a luxury experience. The food hall is designed to create a feel of bustling market with multi-sensory experiences. The layout invites shoppers to meander through the vibrant displays of fresh food.